The Dodgers and Padres getting set for first pitch, which is just around the corner. And a man that has been in almost every lineup this spring, getting ready for opening day, is World Series champion Chris Taylor. Chris, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying Arizona.
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been good. A little different this year. Just it's been kind of cold and windy recently. Not used to that, but no, everything's going well. I feel good on the field and healthy, so that's all I can ask for at this point.
Everybody thinks third base is so foreign to you, but you have started a handful of games there each of the last few years.
Yeah, it's a little different. I like you said, I have a handful of games. I think of the positions in the infield, it's a little more reactionary. You kind of have to make split second decisions off the bat, where in the middle of the infield, you got a little more time to read hops and whatnot. So it's a little adjustment, but honestly, in today's game, I feel like with all the shifts and everything going on, even when I play third base, I'm on the other side of second base half the time. So you're really just an infielder now. There's not really positions at this point. So you're moving around so much, it doesn't feel like there's one position for anybody.
I remember a few years ago when they started to play you a lot more at second base, you were telling me you had to keep that shortstop mentality of being aggressive. Do you feel like that mentality has carried over to second base, center field, and even third base?
Yeah, I think I've done a better job of kind of no matter where I'm playing, being aggressive and if you're gonna make a mistake, make it an aggressive one, not a passive one. There's no worse feeling than trying to play it safe or um, doing something that is out of the ordinary and then having it result in a miscue. So, I'd much rather let my instincts take over and, try to make a great play. And then, if I make a mistake that way, then I can live with it.
Chris, for those 2 weeks that I was out in Arizona, I had the chance to watch you guys work a little bit. And it feels like the vibe at camp is very professional. You guys are still having fun, but it feels like you guys are acting like you never won the World Series last year. The hunger is still there. Is that, am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, I think that's a focal point for us is we want to keep that chip on our shoulder. This is a new team too. And I think in a lot of ways, we feel like we never really got to celebrate properly after last year with all the COVID regulations and everything that went down. And it was just a different season. And, so I think everybody's still hungry. There's a lot of excitement in camp. And, we understand we got a good team and we don't want to waste it.
You mentioned the new faces in camp. You've been part of this team for a few years now. You've had success individually and collectively as a group. Do you feel like the culture in that clubhouse, the way you players hold each other accountable, is something that new guys have to conform to? And now with the addition of Mookie Betts last year, if you're not going to fall in line, you're kind of going to be an outsider.
Yeah, I think honestly, it's very easy, speaking from myself coming in 2016, 2017, um, our guys do a great job of making incoming players feel comfortable, and the young guys included. I know that's not always the case with all the teams, but in my experience, I came in and it's weird because you play for the Dodgers and it seems like all this pressure would come with playing for such a historic franchise with all these high expectations. But the coaches and players, everybody does a great job of making you comfortable, and they understand, or we understand that you're going to play your best baseball when you're yourself, and that's what they want. And I think we all play best when we're free and easy and go out there and have fun.
Your buddy Cody Bellinger has a new open stance, and we all freaked out about it because he just unveiled it last week. What have you thought about that? Is that more about pitch recognition, or can you describe just how being comfortable with what you're doing is a big reason for success?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. For me, I have an open stance, so I understand the comfortability with it. I feel like there's the visual aspect of it. Having like both eyes on the pitcher. Um, I can feel when I close my front shoulder off, I can feel a little more crowded, and I can dive with that front shoulder. I can't speak for Cody. I know he feels good, and that's the only thing that matters at this point. Everybody's going to have their take on it. And, the guy played one game and had 3 at bats, I think. So I think we just got to give him time and let him, if he feels good, that's the only thing that matters. And, I know he's confident, and he feels good in the cage, and he's had a few live at bats on the backfield as well, and he feels comfortable. So, that's the most important thing.
Chris Taylor is our guest, just in front of first pitch between the Dodgers and Padres. And Chris is doing some great things off the field, like so many Dodgers. Coming up on Friday, March 26th, he's involved with Home Run for Hope. And it is going to benefit a couple of great children's hospitals, the Children's Hospital for the Kings, and also Rock Solid Foundation. And Chris, maybe you can explain to people that this isn't just some charity. This is really personal for you.
Yeah, so we're trying to do a virtual concert, like you said, and we've got some big time artists. We got Brad Paisley, Jaco, and Scotty McCreery, a lot of new up and coming country artists that are really good as well. And for me, I just wanted to try to raise money for, as you said, CHKD and Rock Solid Foundation. They're 2 local forces in my area back home in Virginia Beach. Rock Solid Foundation, they build playgrounds for kids with cancer, and prepare those families, get with ready bags. And CHKD is just a local children's hospital there, and they're awesome. They do so much good work. So for me, it's personal. One of my best friends, about 1.5 years ago, he lost his fight with osteosarcoma. He was the toughest dude I knew, so positive throughout his battle. And he was one of my childhood friends I grew up with, and it was really tough. And he's definitely the driving force behind this. I also have one of my parents' neighbors, Dalton, a young kid. He has sarcoma as well, and he's lost his leg. He's currently at CHKD going through the chemo treatments, and my prayers are with him. He's been fighting for a couple of years now, and he's such a good kid. And we've developed a relationship over the past couple of years. He'll ride his bike and skateboard, his arm bike and skateboard around my parents' neighborhood, decked out in his Dodgers and UVA gear. So, he really just wants to be a kid and have fun. And, this terrible disease is, I think it's had an impact on everybody in some way. If it's not sarcoma, some form of cancer seems to have touched everyone. And I just think it's important that, for me, I feel like I have to use my platform and do something about it. And hopefully this can just be a fun night at home. It's hard to get out, listen to some music and enjoy time with the family. And hopefully we can raise a lot of money for these 2 great charities.
To sign up for this virtual concert that Chris Taylor is hosting, you have to go to homerunforhope.com. And Chris Taylor is a huge fan favorite. He has delivered for the Dodgers, and now he's asking you to deliver for some of his friends and family that have been hit by cancer. HomeRunForHope.com. You're going to see some great music. Big Dodger fan Brad Paisley is going to be part of it. And Dodger fans always want a glimpse of CT3, and he'll be hosting the whole virtual concert on Friday, March 26th. It's coming up 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. HomeRunForHope.com is where you can get your tickets. All right, before I let you go, Chris, you mentioned UVA. Dalton's a UVA fan. How are they going to do in the tournament? Are they going to deliver for Chris Taylor and Little Dalton?
I mean, I'm hoping they're healthy. You know, they had a COVID scare recently. So from what I understand, they're all quarantining right now. I'm not even sure if they're able to practice getting ready for Ohio. So, you know, one thing I do have faith in is Tony Bennett. And, you know, I know that he'll do all the right things and say all the right things to motivate them. And, you know, that first one's going to be, I think that's the scary one, just because you know, there's a lot unknown with, you know, I'm not sure what they're doing right now to stay in shape and get ready for Ohio, but I'm excited. I still have confidence. I still have faith in them.
All right, sounds good. So I won't just automatically put Virginia in the Final Four in my brackets after what you just said.
I don't know if anybody is going up against Gonzaga after that beatdown they put on us at the beginning of the year.
Okay, fair warning, full disclosure right here. There's no Homer glasses from Chris Taylor right here. All right, Chris, thanks a lot for the time. Congratulations on being part of this great charity to help kids and family that are been struck by cancer. Home Run for Hope. The virtual concert is this coming Friday, March 26th. HomeRunForHope.com is where you can sign up and support a great cause and support your man, Chris Taylor. Chris, we'll talk to you down the road when you get back to LA.
All right. Thank you, David.
There he goes, the man, Chris Taylor. And when we continue here on Morongo Casino, Dodgers on deck, we'll get you set for first pitch between the Dodgers and Padres right here on AM 570 LA Sports and the Dodgers Radio Network.